Hi everyone, welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. I hope you guys had a great time after the season reset. I hope you really enjoyed all the awards. Just keep this in mind, all those crates look real good and shiny until you realize that everybody else also got bright shiny crates. So really, it's just the entire game, everybody leveling higher. It's not just you gaining a competitive advantage. The good thing is though, all those awards gives you more coins. And so, I hope you spend them wisely. I'm going to show you guys today a deck, one of my favorite deck combos, and that's the Kodiak base rush deck. Without further ado, we are going to jump right into it. I'm going to show you guys how if you can win the early game and, be decent at it, save your money, or save your tiberium, you can use a technique that quite a few pros I've seen use now, which is using a Kodiak and just crushing the opponent's base. They are so strong. So keep in mind, my Kodiak was only a level 9, right? Nothing special about it. This deck here, I decided to open with a Shockwave. I held off in the beginning because I wanted to see what he was going to throw my way before I react to it. Didn't do any scouting, could get myself in trouble, but I decided, live on the edge a little. You don't have to scout every time. Right? And I wanted to try something new. So I don't know why he didn't just jump right in with the Shockwave and he hesitated there. That gave me a couple of free shots. I moved my Harvester away and I switched spots with my Shockwave. Then I go, surprise! I have another Shockwave! And that takes care of his Jump Jet troops. Right? The key in this deck, on this map, is just to keep the missile going. I try to distract the opponent on the top while charging the missile on the bottom. I overcommitted a little bit there on the Shockwave, as you can see, and it almost got me in trouble. But fortunately, my favorite unit, the Pitbull, is coming out. I just moved my Shockwave back to distract his talons, letting him think that they're not being moved, when really a Pitbull is just coming down his pipeline, right? So that was the reason, is because I knew he wouldn't see my Pitbull coming down. So there's my Shockwave. It's got great positioning. I shouldn't have chased him off. I should have stayed on the tile because the missile was almost done, but I wanted to protect my Harvester, right? So now I go ahead and set my Pitbull up. I'm distracting his Harvester on the top, and I'm engaging his Shockwave on the bottom, right? And now I am charging up that missile. I've got 2 units on this missile. He's only got 1. That distraction on the top with his Harvester meant that he couldn't get down in time to challenge his missile. I body block him. He's totally stuck. And we are able to get this first missile. So out comes his Orcas. Now remember folks, Orcas aren't cheap. So if I'm able to pinch his economy, bang, just like that, it gives him a real hard time. So here's a tip for you guys. To engage the Orcas, send something else in there. Let the Orca fire at anything but your anti-air. So look at what I do here. I go ahead and I rush my units towards the Orca. And then I send my Pitbull after him. You see that? So now my Pitbull is able to live just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention, right? And I let the Orca live. If I chased him just a little bit more, I would have had it. And then because of that mistake, my Harvester! My Harvester! It's okay. Life moves on. So check it out. Because this entire time I really haven't built that many units, and I kept my economy going, and I sniped his Harvester. I have 400 Tiberium crystals now. So why is my Shockwave there? Why is my Pitbull there? I want it to die, so I can roll the Kodiak. And this is the Kodiak base rush. Check it out. You send the Kodiaks all the way across the map with your Colonel Jackson charge up. He should have moved his units earlier. He didn't. Level 9, just turned level 9. Didn't do anything else. He body blocked me pretty well, but look at all that damage it does to his base already. I already took out a quarter of his base, and I forced him to commit to his only anti-air unit, which is those annoying talons. So now my Pitbull is able to go to work, go to town, and just absolutely crush it. Because the Orcas have to be stationary to fire, you can actually draw them away with your Pitbull by just keep running. Look, if you keep running, they can't really hit you. Haha! And that's exactly what I do. I'll go ahead and just send my Pitbulls everywhere, right? And I go ahead and just take out most of his air units. Now he's got 3 Orcas. In my opinion, a little bit overcommitted because the Pitbulls do pretty quick work. The Orcas 2-on-1. There he goes, right? I move it away. He has to get on tile. I go 2-on-1. Bang, he's done. And the game's over. right? That Kodiak base rush did a great job. Even if I lost the second missile, that Kodiak would have easily finished off his base. And so this is a very effective strategy you can use if you win the early game or you have great control in the beginning, using a Kodiak and just crushing the opponent. Can it backfire? Sure. The opponent can use a very air-heavy deck. You don't have good anti-air units except your at the pit bull. So, you know, it happens. But I'm gonna watch this second game here. Same opponent, but he's using his not deck this time. I also switched out my Rhino for the War Dog because I did notice that without scouting it could get me in trouble. I was living too dangerously on the edge there using a Rhino instead of a War Dog. So now I open with my War Dog. I don't know why he didn't build a Harvester yet, right? But you're gonna see like there's this Harvester and go da 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 da, surprise, it's my War Dog. And look at that stalling. Haha, tile block, tile block. What are you gonna do? 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 Body block him. Ah, couldn't quite get him. We almost had him, but look how long that stalled him out. And look, this whole time, I'm gonna look at it from his perspective. Out comes my War Dog to body block for the pit bull. So now I'm forcing him to commit against anti-vehicle units, right? You see that? I'm baiting him with that pit bull. I'm not going anywhere with it. I want to do as much damage against that Harvester. And out comes my Shockwave. What I should have done was engage him earlier, but me being an idiot, I didn't. So now let's switch back to my view. Remember, his Harvester is almost dead, right? So now my Jump Jet Squad is going to make quick work of him, and all this is only possible because I opened up with my War Dog. So this is why having a good, cheap opening unit is so important. I finish off his bike there, I move my Jump Jet Squad down, and I roll out a Predator tank. Predator tanks are insanely great vehicles. I love them because they have so much health. They're so tanky, literally, right? I'm scared he's gonna roll out his missile squad, so I rolled my Shockwave there. But lo and behold, he smartly rolls out a Banshee. I should have moved my tank to the top and make him chase my Predator tank a little more, but I didn't. Right now, I'm on 2 tiles. It basically ignores Flame Squad on the top till now because it really doesn't do much. Out comes his Banshee. He's trying to contest the missile, but I'm on 2 tiles. He's on 1. I move my Shockwave back. There's my Pitbull waiting for him, right? I tile block and I own that, and I control that middle absolutely, and pretty much win the missile just like this. Just like that. There you go. Timing is a little off, but we're able to get it. I did lose my Harvester, but the missile is so much more important than losing that Harvester. And it also, because all the stalling out in the beginning, not much action happened. As you notice, I only built 4 units, right? Out comes my Kodiak, and he knew it was coming. It's not like he didn't. I didn't even build the second Harvester yet. Out comes my Kodiak. Look at that. Charge it all the way to the top and just bang, bang, bang. Just keep doing much damage on the top. So take a look here. Slow down. See the right-hand side? See I had another Kodiak? I'm actually colorblind, okay? And that blue on the Kodiak blended in with my base. I did not know I had a unit idle there until that little flashing light came on. That tells me I have an idle unit. That's when I started moving it. All that distraction with the Kodiak also meant that his Harvester was almost dead. Right, so now I almost have a second Harvester. He rolls out a Chem Buggy, which is a pretty good counter. I do see he's got a whole bunch of units. So out comes my Pitbull. I'm baiting his Banshee to go down to the bottom. There he goes. And he's so distracted by the battle on the top, sending the Catalyst Missile. His base is almost dead. By the time he's able to send his anti-air units against me, look, he can only get 2 of them against me in that corner. My Kodiak make quick work of his base, and boom! Down goes his base. Even if that Kodiak died, I could have just rolled out a swarm of Pitbulls to take care of his Banshees, and I would have been okay. So this is why, folks, I love the Kodiak. It's a very, very, very great unit to have in your deck if you haven't used it yet. Let me see here. This... Did I use another Kodiak deck? Let's take a look at this one. He's got Phantoms, this guy, which is a great counter against the Kodiak. And I'm going to show you guys one more video of a base rush. So there he is on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, I believe that's also where I put my giant stupid head. For that, I apologize. So here, I hesitated because I wanted to see if he's going to roll out a tank. I was premature here, rolling out my harvester. I see a scorpion tank, and I go, ah, nuts, right? I rolled it out so incredibly bad. Look at this. He blocked me. How frustrating, but it's okay. Walk around, make sure that harvester has a chance to harvest. It needs to harvest, right? Otherwise, it ain't going to do anybody any good. So, because this is a big map, it takes a long time for the tanks to come across to rush. I am able to roll my predator tank. Unfortunately, I was not able to protect my harvester. And so he's actually off to a fantastic start here. Right, as you can see. I go ahead and just let him kill off my war dog because there's no value at this time. And I go after his scorpion tank. At the same level, predator tanks are stronger than scorpion tanks. They are, right? Out comes a Banshee, which is a really smart move on his part. I try my best to protect the Predator tank, but he leaves it just barely alive. So now I start rolling out my Swarm of Pitbulls. Remember, he's got a pretty big economy advantage, and I don't want him to see what I'm doing. So that's why I send my units down to finish off his Cyber Wheel. I try to send my Pitbull across the bottom, and I actually now open with a double Harvester because I fell behind so hard in the beginning. I finish off his Banshee without taking on any damage. I do see his Scorpion tank. He does a great job here. I didn't do a great job microing my my Pitbulls. Scorpion tanks are much stronger than Pitbulls. I tried to contest this missile with a jump jet, but it's just too little too late at this stage of the game. And so, as you can see here, he has a huge advantage. I'm falling behind. I do have a KODIAKS stuck in my deck, right? So it's not like I can go anywhere. And I do see his Chem Buggy. I don't know why my War Dog is just sitting there, honestly. It offered no value. So out comes our Pred tank, right? Out comes another Pitbull to take care of the Banshee. And I guess like maybe it did serve a purpose because it distracted his Banshee at least, right? But I'm being very cautious here. I'm not running in. I'm waiting to build a stronger army. I have my Pitbulls to back up my Predator tank. As long as that Predator tank takes damage, my Pitbull should make pretty quick work of his Banshees, and down goes. And I tried my best to go 3-on-1 here where possible. See that? I roll my quickly roll my Banshee, my Pitbulls right across the top, and I'm trying my absolute best here where I can to go 3-on-1. I let my Pitbull take a little bit of damage on my Pred tank and take on one more shot against him, which I got off there. And that one more shot actually does make a big difference. So, he got a free shot off against me. I didn't like that. I go ahead and open up with my jump jet here, because I noticed now he's committed to 3 Scorpion tanks. And his Chem Buggy, I believe, is down on the bottom right. He doesn't seem that interested in moving it. So as you can see here, it actually gets really close. My jump jet takes quick work of his Pred tank. He uses his Chem Buggy. Fortunately, my Predator tank can make quick work of a Chem Buggy. They don't have that much health. I roll out another Pred tank. And again, I have to charge it up. It gets really close. If he body blocked me, I don't think I would have had this missile. And finally, with all that recovering, I'm able to roll out my Kodiak. So it does great control. It's great controlling the map in the middle. Bang! Done. And what's he gonna do now with his bike? I've got my Kodiak in place. Look how strong that is. What a beauty. So after that really rough start, the Kodiak here in this case, it's helping me protect my contest the missile. And look guys, I'm not anti-double harvester. You need to use the double harvester when the time is right. I have my Pitbull there to really just distract him. Look how quickly that Kodiak shreds your base. Game over, son. Bang! And that's why I love the Kodiak. Okay? So if you guys want to learn a few tips and strategies on how to use a Kodiak, I hope this video helped you out. That's really the main reason why I even have a Kodiak in the first place, is I focus on winning with my first 5 units as much as I can. And then at the very last second, when you don't expect it, bang! Out comes a Kodiak. So let's go watch one more match here. And look, a double harvester can be very handy. As you saw there, because I had a double harvester, what he should have done instead of trying to win the missile there. Oh, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. In that last game, you saw that he kept trying to charge up the missile instead of going after my harvester. If you have a lot of vehicles, the best thing you can do is just crush the enemy's harvesters and charge the missile, not exclusively put multiple units. onto the tiles. So here's me on the left, there's him on the right. He opens with a double harvester knowing I opened with a war dog. Bad mistake on his part because now I have predator tank against him. And the predator tank is why I have it. It's going to make pretty quick work of him. I keep chasing his harvester as best I can, right? He micros it away pretty well. He should have kept harvesting, but I don't really care. I charge up my pred tank. And I kill one. Only takes 4 shots, which is great. I try my best to get down there, but he's got his missile squads body blocking me pretty well, so I pull back my pred tank. Right, I'm not going to engage him. I'm going to score down to the bottom. And one more shot. Yeah! One more shot. Right, and look at that pred tank. Look how much health it has. It's still alive. I charge it up one more time. And look, still going after his harvesters. I'm trying to go after that weaker one. Can I get it? Can I get it? And one more shot. Boom! We got him. We got him. That's 2 harvesters right off the beginning of the game. You see that? Still alive, still charging up that missile for me. That's exactly the point I was trying to make with that with the previous opponent. He should have pressured me. He should have pressured my harvester, right? Every time you see a double harvester open, pressure them like crazy. Don't let them build an economy. Like look at the economy on the bottom here. You see that? Despite my tremendous amount of pressure with his harvesters, he still has 160 tiberium, right? Look how crazy a double harvester is. That's how rapidly you can build up an economy here. So that's why I keep emphasizing charge that missile as best you can and pressure the enemy. I'm still pressuring his harvester here, still pressuring his harvester, and out comes my Kodiak, right? He's finally able to roll a zone trooper. I'm still trying to keep my own economy going. He does a great job countering me. He stalls out that missile smartly on his part. And look at that Kodiak. I almost took out his base already. He's almost done, right? I lose my harvester. Not the end of the world because my priority is getting this missile. Watch what happens after I get this missile. Look how little health his base has left, right? Now I just go ahead and push all my shockwaves across. I'm using it to kill his zone troopers where I can. Not too concerned if he kills them because I have a Kodiak. There's nothing in his deck that stops me unless he forms a wall around his own base. So he doesn't do that. Down comes my Kodiak. Despite him having so much anti-air, bang, bang, game's over. Okay? So I try my best to practice what I preach. You saw how I pressured the enemy harvester when I did see a double rollout. And guys, I really hope this video was helpful to you. If you want to have a little bit of fun, use the Kodiak, which in my opinion is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much and have a great day. Take care.